as long as there's some focused effort and some passion and you do believe anything's possible.
If you make it too perfect, I think you are a member of the establishment.
Yeah.
it might backfire.
Yes. I am a member of the establishment.
We just want a studio with some better lighting. That's what I'm buying. So, and it's not going to be that expensive of an investment. So,
guys, he put a mask on.
Kareem put on.
Yeah, I told you I'm a member of the establishment.
It's
That was Mika said. I think that actually a mask, like many have in the crypto world.
You need to send me
would do wonders on the program, maybe. Yes.
Yeah. Well, I don't
dramatic. Yes.
I don't usually get political, religious, but the funny thing was I was walking by kind of like a toy hobby store when I was going to work. And I have ideas for testimonials on Fiverr, which is people have a product they want to advertise. And I said, man, this election is getting a lot of coverage. What if I got a Hillary and a Donald Trump mask and put those on Fiverr gigs? And then I'm in the process of doing that, but I really think that could be a big hit.
Yeah, it will be. We're going to create some enemies wearing those on the show, though, too, man. That'll be part of the entertainment of it. I don't care, I want to make people laugh, and I want to make people laugh and enjoy themselves as well as provide the value in the education aspect. So I think it's going to be really funny. Yeah. So, yeah, it doesn't have to be perfect, and I just want a studio so then it looks like I'm broadcasting from a studio. So I'm getting a green screen,
Yeah. Okay. What was the question again?
Well, we're on the third part of the article is not. It doesn't have to be perfect. So, if you wait until everything's perfect before you launch a product or move forward with a decision, you'll never cross the threshold, which is why it's important to start only with a minimum viable product and make gradual improvements from there, which is what we're doing. Yeah. Embracing our mistakes, learning from them, and not letting them stop us from taking our next step forward.
100%.
Perfectionism is procrastination.
I agree. I agree 100%.
I have a whole...
Gentlemen, I must say goodnight to you because my computer is failing me tonight. I do agree with everything you've said, and I will join you again next week.
Okay, Francis.
Francis, thank you so much for popping in.
Yes,
thank
you.
You.
Good night.
Persevere. Persevere. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
So I think the thing that Gordon just said is the thing that is important to know is perfection. We talk about perfection, but typically that just means people aren't getting started, right? It freezes you more than getting in the game. This is a whole section in my book, Fish Out of Water. I talk about this, and a quote that freed me when being an entrepreneur. When I was first stepping into the game, I would look at all these things and think it had to be just right before it launched, right? And what that did is it just kept me stuck where I was. And so a phrase that has freed me is done is better than perfect.
Absolutely.
That's the focus. It doesn't have to be perfect. Done beats perfect. Done is better than perfect. And to make me remember it, I had a mentor that told me this once when I was trying to make everything perfect. And it's going to sound a little interesting when I first say it, but I promise it's 100% PG. He says, when I was being frozen, he's like, Calvin, you know what you need to do? You need to fuck more. I was like, what did you say? I was like, did you say what I thought you said? He says, you need to fuck more. And I was like, please, what are you saying? He said, fuck, F-O-C, focus on completion. Yeah. If you focus on completion rather than perfection, you'll keep on progressing rather than freezing. So that's what it's all about, progression and perfection.
There's another thing to remember as well, and that is that perfection doesn't exist.
No,
so,
right.
You know, you can aim for it all you want, but it doesn't exist.
Progress, right? Not perfection. Progress.
Progress. Yes. You need to fuck more.
You bring your girlfriend, you're like, well, I know how to be a successful entrepreneur. She's like, what? No. You know what you're thinking? You have some goals I want to write down.
Yeah.
You write them down with me.
Yeah. There we go. I'll remember.
If you look at
the bar, hey baby, you need to. They're like, oh, whoa, I'm trying to help you get better.
I always remind myself of the New England Patriots. They chased perfection, and the Giants won the Super Bowl. You know, good job, guys.
Right.
I am not a fan of that team. I love the Seattle. Seattle's my team.
Yeah. But you know, if you chase perfection, you can end up failing. When, as you say, done's often way better than perfect. Perfection is obviously is often unnecessary.
Yes.
Right. As you said, with The Simpsons, the South Park and everything, right? And they're massive.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And I think South Park in particular, its imperfection is part of its charm.
Right.
Oh yeah. I know. I love how it's just like paper cutouts moving across a background that's like, you know, it's not animated at all. Like the eyes and the mouths are animated, but the way they move and everything, it's like still animation. It's not fluid in any way, shape, or form.
I mean,
I agree that's definitely part of the show's charm, and it's a unique way of, you know, it's South Park by the identification and the style of the animation. You know you're watching South Park.
George Lucas and whatever it was he was chasing in that Star Wars franchise, he completely and utterly lost his way. I don't know where. You know, it was just like more and more graphics, more and more.
I know.
What are you trying to do?
I am a fan now. Now we're going to get into talking about film, and this is an area that I'm extremely passionate about in my life. Is I find that now there was a movie done by Quentin Tarantino called The Hateful Eight, and he's one of my.
My wife's watching it upstairs.
That's a great film, and he just, the fact that he's not willing to go digital, I'm in awe, because it was filmed in 70 millimeter Panavision, and he had to pay theaters to downgrade and use projection screens to air the movie, to play the film in the theater. And you can see screen tearing, you know, you can see the black dots on the film, and I'm like, that's how I know I'm watching a film. I still own a VHS, and I collect VHS cassettes as well, and I listen to analog music. I have a record player, I have a cassette player, because I find that things like that have a certain charm that just digital just doesn't have. You know, like, you know you're watching a film when you see a movie done in 70 millimeter Panavision as opposed to a digital image. You know.
I thought The Hateful Eight was a great name for it because I hated it. And, you know, I'm really glad he spent all that effort on getting the look and feel just right. He should have just come up with a better story. But,
Yeah,
that's just my...
Yeah, no, I mean, I guess I really enjoy most of his work. The only movies I felt weren't too good that he made was the Kill Bill series. But I think everything else he has put his vision to has been absolutely incredible. And another one of my favorite directors is Rob Zombie, for just a number of reasons. And he films with film as well. He doesn't do digital. So I think there is a certain charm in things that are grainy, that are raw, that are imperfect, like you say. And it's unique. So I think to be successful, you also have to be very unique.
No, I don't think it's necessarily there's a charm in it being grainy. I just think you need to focus on what's important. If I'm going to watch a movie, it needs to have a good story. If the story sucks, you can't put enough special effects into a movie to make it into a great movie.
That's very true. That's very true.
Focus on what's important. And
100%.